Hi guys, this is Elizabeth. I'm back with a pick a card reading. Today I'm going to do a reading with the theme of how your ancestors are viewing you right now, and any advice or that they want to come through to you, or and what they're helping you with. So just messages from your ancestors. Yeah. So it took me a little time to get out, but let's go. All right. I wish I could use crystals to choose the piles, but I just feel like, because I'm a crystal person, I love my crystals. I just feel like you don't get a good look. Well, that one shows up all right, but I just feel like the quality of my camera on my laptop doesn't pick up. I don't know. It's not good quality picture, so I have 4 piles. I'm just going to hold them up. So group number 1 is going to be this card, and all these cards that you're choosing from are from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. So this is the first card for group number 1. If you resonate with that, and I will hold them all up at the end together as well. So group number 1. Okay. All right. Group number 2. Group number 3, if you resonate with this card. And group number 4. I usually only do 3 readings. 3 when I do pick a card, either 2 or 3, because I feel like I go so long. But I was called to pick 4 cards, so we'll see. I'm going to try my best to be concise, but also clear. Yeah, this is group 4 card, and it's resistance. So group, if you resonate with this card, group 4 is your reading. Alright, now I'm going to hold them all up together. So there, the whole card, every card is showing well, so you guys can get a good look. Alright, so we got 1 right here. 1, and then goes over from there. So starting with the face of the woman, out of plants is 1. The woman in front of the moon is 2. The woman reaching out to the moon is 3. And then the hand looks like, I don't know, punching a hole through the ground with like remnants of leaves and dirt is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you need to pause it to get a better look and take a few deep breaths to tune into your intuition to choose which pile is right for you, you go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to start with pile 1. Alright. I'm going to set these to the side. Alright, pile 1. If you chose Beauty. I love all these cards that came out today. I just love this deck, that Oracle deck. Then this is your reading. So I have a couple more Oracle cards that I picked out, but I'm going to wait until the end to read those. I'm just going to start with this card at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to also put these over to the side. I burnt some sage before I even started the video. Kind of cleanse myself to get myself in a clear space so that I can connect with my intuition, my crown chakra, third eye. So yeah, if you feel free to take a few deep breaths with me while I'm saging. Set the intention for our intuitions to connect so that this message can come through as clear as possible. And yeah. Okay. All right. So right off this card, what is this card saying to me? I feel like maybe you're a very earthy person. You're very connected to the earth just because of that you were called to this card. And you're very, through that love of nature, that's how you connect with your ancestors. And you know, don't discount that. Like, that's an important part of spirituality, and you don't have to be like doing anything. It's just appreciating nature and being in nature, and you know, that's part of your path, or your purpose is, you know, being an earth keeper. I think you know, we've lost Western society's kind of lost its reverence of nature, and almost all the ancient, like, mystical religions or belief systems held were centered around the earth. And I feel like they want you to know, like, that's an important part of your spiritual journey and purpose here is that reconnecting of humanity to the earth just by you being here and being yourself, and the love and reverence you have for nature is a purpose, you know, that is important. And maybe you're not spending as much time in nature as you would like to, and you maybe feel a little disconnected from yourself. I feel like your ancestors are saying, you know, take that time to go be in nature, because that's how you reconnect with yourself. Like, that's gonna help you feel more balanced, more in your power. It's going to help you feel reconnected to yourself. So if you're not taking time to spend in nature, and you're feeling kind of chaotic and maybe burn out, they're saying, like, it's important to be in nature. Okay. Now what tarot do I want to use? What cards do I want to use? Let's use these. All right. Spirit guides, my spirit guides, group 1 spirit guides, group 1's ancestors, my ancestors, assist me in bringing a clear message through to pile 1 about what they need to hear, or what their ancestors, what you want them to know. How you're seeing them right now, and any advice you have for them. Okay, let me keep shuffling. I know I take up so much time shuffling. I'm sorry, guys. It's just, it's just one of my things. Okay, 8 of Wands came out. We'll take that. Alright, 8 of Pentacles. Queen of Wands reversed. What do you have on the bottom of the deck? King of Pentacles reversed. They're seeing you as somebody that's very passionate. But maybe as someone at the moment that doesn't know how to contain their fire, or direct their passion or fire, and that is affecting what you're creating, and the way you prioritize your time and thus what you create. So it's like you're creating a little unconsciously right now. You might be manifesting things that are not fun for you. And that's okay. We all do that. That's the work, right? And you might have a hard time asking for help. They see you as somebody that, yeah, because she's working on this. I mean, in the traditional 8 of Pentacles, he's alone too, but she's in the dark doing it. So yeah, they see you as somebody, they want you to know how powerful you are. They see you as such a powerful force. That is creative, because you have the Wands here and then this 8 of Pentacles, and that wants to build something, but it's not focused. It's very scattered, and it's not in alignment with nature, which could be also a message from this. It's not in alignment with nature. Nature is dependent upon symbiosis, right? Like, we couldn't live without the trees. You know, we are dependent upon so many things, and you're trying to build something without that goes against nature, the flow of nature, which is interconnectedness with others and with and sometimes that requires being vulnerable and coming out of the darkness to ask for help if you want to create anything meaningful. Okay. Yeah, and you got the King of Pentacles reversed too on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, if you want to be on top of that, if you want to feel in alignment and not just in alignment, but in that effortless flow of abundance flowing to you and through you and creating and it coming back to you, you know, you want to create that you have to stop letting maybe the fear of others helping you or what they might think sway you and pull you in all these different directions and cause you not to be vulnerable and do what you really want to do. I don't know why. I usually don't don't give advice with chakras. I don't know. I mean, I am knowledgeable somewhat about chakras. I am aware of mine, but I usually don't bring it into a reading, just like I try not to bring like astrology into a reading, but I feel like a message is saying like your root and your sacral chakra are out of balance and need some attention, or you need to focus on either they're too open or they're closed off, or one is one way and the other is the other, and you need to bring them into balance so that it's like a healthy, like stable give and take energy. Okay, let's keep going. What does group 1's ancestors want to say to them? What do they think about the way they're handling or their situation they're in at the moment? What advice do they have for them? 9 of Cups reversed, 4 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 3 of Swords reversed. There's some Swords energy too. You're self-sabotaging. I'm just the messenger. I'm not, no judgment, no, we all do it. I'm terrible. That is one of my main attributes. I am so good at self-sabotaging, so no judgment here from me with that, but also, I feel like a message is like with a lot, like with the sacral and root chakra. Be careful who you share your sexual energy with, because that could make you even more confused and feel burnout and depleted if it's, you know, just be careful who you share yourself with. Yeah, with this 4 of Swords and this 9 of Cups reversed, right after the Queen of Wands reversed, this tendency to isolate, right? And not ask for help or not want to rely on anyone, and so you scatter your energy in a bunch of different places to distract yourself, because of maybe a fear of being let down, of like being hopeful and relying on somebody, trusting somebody, and then being let down, and being back here in this place. So you self-sabotage but you're not seeing it. You're seeing it from a perspective of you, I guess, not being good enough, and it's because you're not good enough that you can't, or that you're trapped and there is no solution to get what you want for your passions, to be directed to something that can build, that you can build on, for yourself. You might not have even been aware that that's what you're doing. But it's all to like avoid this. Avoid either failure or someone failing you, letting you down. Alright, let's get some more cards. Alright, what advice do you have for Group 1? Ancestors, Group 1's ancestors, spirit guides, spirit team, what advice do you have for Group 1 about their situation, about how to move forward? Two of Cups. Yeah, that's about trusting. Justice. Nine of Pentacles. The High Priestess. We are going to go ahead and get, usually I stop at 10, but I'm going to get two more. Seven of Pentacles reversed. And Page of Wands. Alright. Bottom of the deck we've got Nine of Swords. Yeah, your growth, what you're seeking is on the other side of trust, being able to trust, learning how to trust others. Without holding anything back. And learning how to trust yourself. And that little voice in your head. I feel like you have they want you to know you have a good judgment of character. I feel like And I feel like you're a very honest person. And when you open yourself up to receiving love, without cynicism, without being skeptical, without expecting to be let down, when you trust in yourself, trusting, being able to trust others is gonna come naturally, and you're gonna attract that which you are. Like, once you trust yourself to know what's best for you, instead of letting everyone's opinions pull you in every direction, and then feeling like you can't be vulnerable with anybody or even with yourself, you're gonna attract that somebody you can trust. Yeah, somebody you can trust, who's gonna be just as who's gonna have just as much integrity as you, and who's gonna want to build with you. And you're not gonna keep feeling like this, like no matter what you do or where you put, your energy, you never seem to receive anything for it. You never seem to gain any fruits for your labors, for all the work you do. Like, it's like, what am I doing all this for? Like, I'm not building, like, I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. And they want you to know, you are this high priestess, whether you're, whether you identify as a man or woman, non-binary, what you embody this energy of wisdom and intuition, and you hold within you all the wisdom of your ancestors. Like, through you can tap into that by being in nature. You tap into that force, that powerful force, and you'll be able to create whatever you want. Start whatever you want. The page is it's like an immature, it's like the beginning of learning something. So whatever you want to learn how to do, you'll feel confident in putting that passion into it, and you won't second guess yourself. You'll have support around you. You'll be confident in yourself, and you'll be able to flow with nature, with life, in an effortless, cyclical, reciprocating pattern. What you give is what you get. But you have to be willing. First of all, you have to learn how to trust yourself and know that the wisdom, that everything's inside you, all the wisdom of your ancestors, and then learn how to trust someone else. And that doesn't mean just anyone. I mean, but you have the wisdom to be discerning, right, about people, about who you can trust. And I feel like this, you know, I feel like you're going to move through it. By just trusting yourself, connecting with that intuition, knowing, having that knowing that you are the only one who knows what's best for you, and you can trust yourself. And being in nature to connect to that part of yourself and connect to your ancestors, talk to your ancestors in nature, you know, and then the more ideas you'll have, and the more easy it'll be to follow those ideas. Yeah. Alright, I feel like I kept you guys a long time. I hope you got something out of the reading. Yeah. I think I covered it all, right? I think it was accurate to the theme I wanted it to be. So yeah. Good luck to you. Remember, it's all inside you. You as long as you act with integrity and are true to yourself and, you know, trust yourself, that little voice over others. You know, some really good advice. I don't know if it's a direct quote or whatever, but if don't take advice. It depends on the advice. But if someone is giving you advice about steps to take in order to achieve a certain type of life or to live, and you don't desire to live the way they're living, why would you take that advice? And that's not saying that they won't have good advice to give you in other areas, but as far as like life choices about what you choose to do with your time and direct your consciousness to, if the way they're living and what they're directing their consciousness to isn't appealing to you, just take that with a grain of salt and let it roll off your back. You know, like, it's not important. Your truth is important, right? Okay, I think that's it. Okay, I just kept, you guys' ancestors were really coming through. Okay, yeah, so thank you guys so much, Pile 1. It was a pleasure reading your cards. Thanks if you stuck with me the whole time. Thanks if you have watched any of my videos. I really appreciate you guys. If you resonate with my energy, I do offer personal, more in-depth readings, and it can be any amount of questions. I could do by the half hour or hour. Any amount of questions you can fit within that. We'll just keep going. Message me, email me. My email is in the description box below. So, yeah, other than that, I wish you guys well, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, and I hope I see you guys next time. Thanks. Okay. This over here. Okay, pile 2. I'm going to light some sage first before I get started and clear the energy from group 1. Clear my crown chakra, my third eye, my throat, because sometimes it's hard for me to get things out. All the cards, and I'll leave that there. Okay, group 2. If you chose the Power Queen of the Moon Oracle card, I fucking love this card. I love it. There is nothing more beautiful than a woman standing in her power and feeling powerful. And if you've ever felt like, I don't know, power is just the best feeling. It really is. I see why our world is going to shit because of power struggles and people being power hungry, because power is a good feeling. But I digress. We won't get into that. I don't like power that much. I'm trying to be a part of flipping the script, right? Like I'm sure we all are that's here. So right away, if you chose this card, I feel like you're a firecracker. I feel like, I don't know why, I don't think I've ever used that term, really, but I feel like your ancestors see you as a firecracker and see you as someone capable of igniting important and change, like to a large degree, on a large scale. Like, you're here for something, you know, you're here, I mean, we all are here for something, but they want to remind you, like, how powerful you really are. Maybe you haven't been feeling that way lately, but they want you to know, that you are such a powerful, multi-dimensional being that that is protected and is very capable of carrying out what you're meant to carry out on this planet. You know, I just see her as a fucking, she's wearing a crown, like the divine feminine. I just see it's a goddess energy, like, you know, you're the one, like, you're the god, you're a goddess, like, and your world, you might not feel like your world reflects that right now, but once you realize your power, it won't be long before it does. And you're gonna feel like that. You know, like, nothing can touch you. Alright, these to the side. Let's get some tarot. What tarot deck do I want to use for y'all? Do my Mystic Mondays tarot. Alright. Spirit guides, ancestors. Group 2, spirit guides, ancestors. Come through with a clear message for us so that I can I'm so bad with words, so that I can communicate intentionally and with clarity what messages you have for them. Okay, so 4 of Swords came out right away. Got 4 of Cups and 6 of Pentacles, and we'll start there. I'm just going to hold one of my crystals. I don't know which one. Yeah, both of those. They see you right now as taking time for yourself, or maybe getting over a heartbreak and kind of maybe isolating a little bit. Maybe that's isolation and focusing too much on being to yourself has kind of closed you off to opportunities of love or connecting with, making meaningful connections with others that could benefit you. You know, you're kind of shutting out the outside world right now, and there is a way to isolate yourself and be for self-care and be intentional about it, and it is good to take time when you need. But maybe you're not going about it in the right way. Like, when I say isolate yourself, I'm not necessarily saying like you're only alone and you're not interacting at all with anyone, or that you quit your, like, you did something drastic and you're like in like recluse hermit mode. It just means, I feel like, having walls up when you are around people and not doing anything, not trying to connect with anyone on a deeper level, like trying to recharge, which is, we all need that sometimes. But I feel like you're doing it as a way maybe that's shutting out like love and connection for and distracting yourself, like when you're not in that mode of being guarded and in your own head and to yourself. You're focused on money and or material gains and achievement. And I feel like they want, I feel like they're saying through these that that's not the healthiest way to go about all these things. Like, doing all these things within the scope, or throughout your life is okay, but like the way you're going about it right now, it's a little unhealthy, and it's taking you out of, it's distracting you from your path. It's keeping you from becoming this, or aligning and identifying with this goddess that you are, this powerful feminine force to be reckoned with. But the interesting thing is, I also feel like they're saying, they're giving the message that you're going about it this way because you maybe feel powerless and you're trying to feel this, but the way you're going about it is not going to get you to this. It's like a roadblock on it's like a roadblock, the way you're handling or dealing with or practicing these things, the way you're integrating these things together isn't a healthy means for you to get to where you really want to be, and what you're destined for. So, alright, I'm going to get some more cards. Alright. Ancestors. Group 2's and what is Group 2's ancestors coming through for us, for them today, about the path they're on and advice. Alright, so 3 of Pentacles. And how to move forward in their situation. Changes to make. Any advice? What do you want to make them aware of, ancestors, in order to benefit them, help them grow, be on their path? 4 of Pentacles reversed. 5 of Pentacles. Oh, okay. So they want you to know that they want, they want to remind you that it's all connected. the physical and the material, the body. The emotional and the mental. Love, thought, it's all connected, and you're going about the way you're going about whatever you're dealing with, or however you're trying to get over something or deal with something. It's not a cohesive. It's not cohesive. It's not working. It's not. It's not in. What am I looking for? It's not symbiotic. It's very disconnected. It's a very disconnected way of an unbalanced way of dealing with these aspects of your life that you're trying to move out of or forward from or just deal with. Yeah, and that's causing, the way you're dealing with it is not a like it's like they aren't interconnected with one another, treating them as separate and potentially in a very unhealthy way, is causing this feeling of instability that keeps you in this cycle, right? Yeah, it keeps you feeling like in the state of lack or out in the cold, like you just can't get it, like you can't. Okay, I'm gonna look at this card. Yeah, she's just sitting down outside of a doorway, but she has the means to go in, but she's looking the other way. Shift your focus with the way you're dealing with these issues in your life, these situations, because they're all interconnected. Yeah. Alright, let's get some more. Alright, ancestors. What advice does Group 2's ancestors have for them about steps they need to take for the path, for living their purpose, walking a purposeful, meaningful path? Alright, Princess of Swords, the Hanged Woman, Ten of Swords reversed. Temperance. Alright. I might get a couple more, but right now I'm just going to read these. Because I feel like this is a lot. And I'm feeling a little chaotic. And I'm sure that has to do with, I'm sure you guys are feeling a little chaotic as well with all these different things going on, feeling unbalanced. And alright, anyways, so with the Ten of Swords reversed right underneath this Three of Pentacles here, like this. So it's like that, right? I feel like they want you to know that as soon as you shift your perspective to integrate all these different aspects of your life, that maybe you see as separate or trying to compartmentalize, that this energy of, you know, you being just worn down and burnt out, maybe like you can't trust anybody, or let your guard down for fear of this, that energy is gonna flip, right? You're gonna feel a weight lifted off of you. And it might be an uncomfortable to get to this point of feeling a balance and not just a balance, but just like a cohesiveness with all aspects of your life. To get to that point, what you have to go through might feel very uncomfortable. Whatever things you have to address about yourself, whatever uncomfortable habits unhealthy habits that you have to acknowledge, patterns and behavior, and it might feel like you're never going to get out of it, right? And it might take you having to get over the self-image you project to the outside world so that it looks like you have it all together, you know, to save yourself from judgment or whatever. Or losing people that don't, or having to hear people's opinions, rude opinions about, I don't know, whatever it is. It might take you speaking your truth, and learning how to be uncomfortable with that. Before this energy is flipped and you come out on the other side balanced and with a sense of equanimity and peace and tranquility. And carry yourself. See yourself and be seen as this powerful woman in this picture. Because that's who you are. But that's going to take time and a lot of self-inquiry and self-reflection and times where you might judge yourself, you know, deprogramming what society has told you should be, or how, you know, deprogramming your understanding of reality and what is possible, and our Western view of like it's just our body, you know, and we can control our mind, like our mind's separate from our body, our emotions, or we should be able to control our emotions. No, it's all interconnected, it's all tied together. And realizing that is where your power lies, right? Alright, I forgot to do the other oracle cards for pile 1, but I feel like theirs went a little long, but I'm going to do for you guys real quick. Yeah, the Lovers. You guys got the Lovers. That's sweet. Yeah, as soon as you realize that interconnectedness within yourself, you're gonna attract someone who's not afraid of your power, who wants to build with you and every relationship and the relationship you build from that space of self-awareness isn't going to feel unstable or and not secure. You're gonna feel safe in it, right? So you're gonna feel balanced. You're gonna feel like you're gonna attract somebody that appreciates your truth. Okay. Yeah, self-love. Gotta self-love first. I don't know though. Sometimes I think you learn how to love yourself more by being with somebody, by loving someone else unconditionally. But it still takes, you gotta enter into it self-awareness and both parties wanting to do the work, right? Like, you don't have to be perfectly healed. I hate that shit when people peddle that, like, you're never gonna have a happy relationship until you're all completely healed. You're never gonna be completely healed. There's always levels of healing. There's always shit to learn about yourself, but it's like being on that self-awareness journey with someone who's also willing to go it with you, and you reflect that back to each other, and your self-love grows and your love grows for them. And I don't know, that's how I look at it. Rejuvenating rain. Yeah, clear the past and heal the present. Yes. So you clear out that past programming of I'm lazy because I'm not productive. I should be able to have a hold on my mental health or my thoughts. Like, I'm weak because I can't do this. Like, I better put my walls up. I don't have time for actual self-care and to go into myself because I need to be making money. Yeah. I think that's all the messages I have for you. It's kind of gotten quiet now. I hope you got something from this. I hope at the very least it brought you a little peace and a little hope. And I wish you all the best. It was a pleasure reading your cards. If you stuck with me throughout the reading, I hope it wasn't confusing. I hope it was a clear message. Also, I do in-depth personal readings. I really love doing those for people. I feel like it's just a more intimate experience. I feel like the messages are more clear just because I'm working with one person. It's your intuition, my intuition together, and yeah. So my email, and I don't do like charge by questions. It's like I do a 30-minute reading or an hour reading, however many questions you want to fit in there during those times. We'll go for as long as until the time runs out. So yeah, email in the description. Thanks so much again. Wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. Yeah. Thanks so much again for joining me. I really appreciate you guys. Hi, pile 3. Just gonna light some sage real quick. You know how I do. You know who I am. If you have watched my videos before, if you haven't, it's just one of my hang-ups. I like to sage on camera in between each reading. It's just a thing. It's just my thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear my crown chakra and my third eye chakra, my third chakra, to make room for you guys, ancestors, to come through with my spirit guides and intuition to bring you guys a clear and hopefully helpful message. And I'm just gonna sage all the cards here. Alright, so if you guys chose this card, Wisdom, with the woman reaching for the moon, this is your reading. So, what do your ancestors think about your situation? What advice do they want to give you today? So looking at this card that you picked, I feel like they want you to know that your strength is in your imagination and the way you dream, and the willingness to believe in things even when you can't see them. You know, your faith and your perseverance. And ingenuity. I think you just have such a very open, trusting heart, and that sometimes maybe you feel that makes you feel weak. People might see you as, people might underestimate you, because see how she's reaching for the stars and it's like an impossible feat. but she's still doing it. She's still trying. But trust isn't, and belief isn't weak. It's wise. You know, this card is wisdom. You know, the belief that life is magical. And it's a very Piscean energy to me. Very dreamy. And she's got her back turned, which to me, I resonate with, because I don't know if you guys have ever seen that personality test where it's really fun. It's a really fun one. There's a tree and there's all these different people doing different things on the tree. Like there's like, I don't know how many of them, like 60 or something. And you look at it and you find the one that resonates with you the most, that feels that you are drawn to. And it's got then if you look, there's a description of the type of people that pick that. And it was spot on for me. I picked the only guy not facing toward the picture, the only guy with his back turned, or the only person with their back turned. I think they're non-gendered. So I picked, the only person that wasn't showing their face, that was against the crowd. And it was spot on. It was like dreamer, romantic, idealist, prefers to work independently instead of in groups. It's just like, and there was more than that, but that was like the gist of it. I'm like, well, those things are just fun for me, but it reminds me of that. So you can very much be that, like a romantic, and people see you as that. And maybe, like, for me, sometimes I do try to hide that, because I feel like I can be easily taken advantage of, or seen as somebody who could be easily manipulated, or who maybe judged as not very, like, smart, or and that gets to me. I don't want to be seen as that. Like, that triggers me. Like, I try my best to hide that part of myself. At least I'm not very successful at it, at hiding it, but it bothers me to be thought of as seen that way. Like I'm weak, or like not very smart. I just feel like that's the way it's seen. And so you could feel that way too. And your ancestors want you to know, like, there's wisdom in that. And in the idealist, in believing in magic, in believing in the impossible. You're not naive. You're not less intelligent than others. You're actually very wise. So keep dreaming, as I think is a message. Like, that's part of what you're here to do. You're here to help create New Earth, right? We couldn't do that without the dreamers. How could we do that with people who think the same old way as before, as, we've always thought? Like, nothing would change. So, alright. What do your tarot cards have to say? Let's pick a deck. Alright, spirit guides, ancestors, what messages does group 3's ancestors have for them today? What do they want them to know? How do they see them? How are they viewing them in their current situation right now? And the way they're dealing with it. Alright. Ace of Cups. The Hanged Man reversed. Knight of Swords. They see you as somebody with a lot of love to give and a desire to give that love to someone. But they also see you as that maybe you're unwilling to give something up and that's what's keeping you. Like you feel like you're stuck in a situation and your heart is so full, you have all this love you want to give, And it doesn't have to be even necessarily to a romantic partner. It could be that. It could be multiple things. Like, you just have so much love overflowing, but you have nowhere to direct it. Because there's something in your path that is keeping you from moving forward, and it's something you're unwilling to sacrifice, or unwilling to sit in uncomfortability with, take the time to go through something that's blocking you. To get to this place where you're able to give this away. All of the love that you have inside you and that you want to give. There's something blocking that. And it's uncomfortable, and you're trying to avoid the uncomfortability of whatever it is that needs to be, whether it's like thought patterns, looking at past relationship patterns, anything that makes you uncomfortable, or even sacrificing, like, I don't know, a self-concept, because you have to go back and look at something that makes you uncomfortable. They see you as avoiding that. And that's really causing a strain on, like, your relationships. It doesn't have to be any one type of relationship. It can be work relationships. It can be, just... It's affecting your interactions with people, with the way you speak to people, with maybe not coming off across as the person you want to, which is having all this love and feeling all this love, but you're very frustrated and confused in yourself, and it's bleeding out into all these other areas of your life, especially the way you communicate. And that's bleeding into everything else, Alright, let's get some more cards. What does group 3's ancestors have to say to them? What do they need to know about their situation moving forward? About their purpose and their path. What do you want them to know, ancestors? All right. King of Swords reversed. Yeah. Justice. The Fool reversed. Yeah, avoid whatever you're avoiding is cutting off the access to your heart, all this love that you have inside of you, that you want to give and share. And it's creating these splits in your, it's causing you to see yourself or be somebody that you don't want to be, that you don't want to see yourself as. Or you don't want other people to perceive you as, short-tempered, very maybe harsh words. Maybe judging yourself, judging others. The way you're judging yourself so harshly is maybe bleeding out into the way you're judging others and the way you communicate that with others. And it's it's putting you in a space of a very harsh energy. You're judging people very harshly because you're judging yourself very harshly, and because you don't want to look at this stuff. You're all this love that you have inside of you to give, this love that you are. Because with this card, like, and this Ace of Cups coming out first, I feel like you are a very compassionate, loving person who really does want to come across that way, but I don't feel like you're giving it to yourself. And so then that reflects in your outer, and it just causes more conflict and miscommunication with others, and the way you judge others and the way others judge you. Yeah, it's keeping you from a new beginning. Holding on to this stuff, whatever it is, it's keeping you from moving forward. Alright. Group 3's ancestors, what advice do you got for them today? What advice does Group 3's ancestors have for them about how to deal with what they got going on? Knight of Wands, Six of Cups reversed, Four of Cups reversed, and Page of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to go ahead and grab these oracle cards too. You got Have Courage with the Dragon Fae Oracle. Transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. The bird. Oh, you got another bird, so maybe your spirit animal is a type of bird, or birds are significant. Protection. Alright. I feel like a lot of the advice coming through this Six of Cups reverse is let go of the past. Let go of whatever it is that is keeping you held in in the past. Usually Six of Cups is a sweet nostalgia. It could be sweet. It's like a nostalgic card, so it's remembering the past. So do whatever you need to do to reconcile and validate your feelings now without judgment, and the inner child who went through those feelings without any blame on anyone else. Because that's how you move forward. That's how we let go of this. That's how we bring in this powerful, creative energy of just going for it without thinking about it. Just following your intuition and knowing and being unapologetically yourself, and whatever you create or wherever you go with this energy, this fiery, passionate energy, you're going to be carrying this cup full of love, and that's how you're going to be seen. But you gotta do the self, you gotta go through the shit. You gotta let go of some stuff. Four of Cups reverse. Yeah, I feel like they're saying their advice to you is be open. Be open to love. Have faith in love. Keep being that person. Don't let this hard, difficult time you're going through define you, because it doesn't. You're so much more than that, than any mistakes or any traumas you have. You're so much more than that. You're love, and you have so much love to give, and in the Rider-Waite Tarot, I'm trying to think of a way to describe this. He's got 3 cups sitting in front of him, and then there's a cup being offered to him out of the sky, but he's not paying attention to it. He's not even paying attention to what he has. He's like in his own. So it's just a reminder of how much love you have to give, but not only that, how much love you bring to others, and how just you being that person when you're in that energy of, not stuck in this shit that you're going through. How empowering and important that is to others, and what a difference that makes in others' lives. Like, it's not nothing. And pay attention to the love being offered to you, even if you can't see. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities and little the little voices in your conscience, or the little hints. Your intuition gives you as like love from the universe, like being offered to you, like even if you can't see it, even if you don't know where it's coming from. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. I don't know. I'm feeling everywhere right now. And be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Because this work that you're doing, you are transmitting or transmuting trauma from 7 generations back of your own. Like so be patient with yourself. Give some of this love back to yourself when you're going through this shit, you know? Because you are supported and protected, you know. You're supported and protected. Your ancestors are constantly giving you messages and signs and sending you love. You know, they're rooting for you. You know, they need it. They want you to move through this, and they want you to be content and self-aware and be your best self just like you do. So, and they're constantly supporting you on your, you know, journey. And you're going through a big transformation right now. So give yourself that love and know that you hold all the wisdom within you. Like, all that love you have, like, is wisdom. All the, you know, don't lose your faith, because that's where your wisdom is. And have courage. Yeah, have courage. You're supported. You know, you're not alone. You're not doing this alone. I know it feels like it sometimes. And it's like, for what? Like, all this bullshit. Like, I've already been through this. Like, how many fucking times do I have to go through this? You know? But you know, and you are the Queen of Pentacles here. You are the Earth Mother, the nurturer. You are, you know, you're very connected to Mother Earth, and Gaia is supporting you too. Like, you have so much support and love surrounding you and rooting for you and doing all they can that is possible from their realm to help you move through it and come out on the other side. So with that, I think that those are all the messages I have for you, Group 3. I hope it resonated. I hope it made sense. I hope at the very least it brought you a little comfort and hope and clarity and helps you feel that love that's all around you all the time. So it was a pleasure reading your cards. I love reading tarot, and I get so excited when someone tells me it resonates. My readings resonate with them. I do offer private personal readings. You can email me. My email is in the description below, and I will get back to you within 24 hours. We can set up a time. I don't have a limit on questions. I do either 30-minute or hour readings. You can ask as many questions as you want within those times, and we'll keep going. So, yeah, with that being said, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is, thank you so much. I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, and I hope you'll join me next time. Thank you so much again, Pile 3. Hi, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. I'm just going to burn a little sage first. This is the first reading of mine you've watched. You will learn that this is just a hang-up of mine. It's just something I like to do. I like to burn the sage on camera in between, so that you guys see me clear the energy, and I don't know. Gonna clear my crown chakra, third eye, throat, because sometimes I get a little tongue-tied. And the cards. My crystals. Alright, and I will just let that burn. Side. So, Pile 4, you picked the card Resistance. I don't know if you can see that well. It's kind of got a bad glare. But, yeah. Alright. So, right out of the gate with this card, I feel like you're somebody who's very resilient, and your ancestors just want to remind you of how strong you are, and how capable you are, and that you're a force of fucking nature. You know, look at her. She's got, like, you can't really see it but she's got her fist, but it's like, it's not that she's grabbing dirt. At first it kind of looks like she's punching up out of the ground, but it's like she's growing out of the ground. Like she's got a tree growing out of the middle of her finger, 2 trees, little birds flying around. She's got a bush coming out of the end of her hand right here, her fist right here, leaves, like vines growing around her arm. So nature always wins, you know, and you are part of nature. So your ancestors just want to remind you of how strong you are. Yeah. All right. What tarot cards do I want to use? What tarot cards are your ancestors calling me to? Spirit guides, ancestors of pile 4, and my spirit guides and ancestors I'm asking you on behalf of pile 4 to join together to connect our intuitions so that I can bring them the clearest, most accurate reading possible. So the messages will come through clear. And it will bring them clarity and peace regarding whatever situation or circumstance they are in or inquiring about. So yeah, first we're gonna start off with what are your ancestors thinking about you? How are they viewing you at this time right now? In whatever situation you're in and dealing with, how are they viewing you? Oh, okay. 2, we got Page of Swords and Knight of Cups. All right. The Moon reversed. All right, I'm going to start from there. They're viewing you right now as someone they're viewing you as moving very fast. Maybe without thinking, maybe bypassing some shadow work or subconscious patterns that need to be released. Yeah, and the offers you make to others, it's very spontaneous, off the cuff, not really thinking about it, or the consequences, and you're very quick to move fast in a relationship, or when you find someone you're romantically interested in, you're very quick to let it be known, and you are very quick to become emotionally attached. I'm not judging you guys. I'm just a messenger. That's just what the cards are saying to me. I don't like giving messages like this. I feel like I don't want anybody to think I'm judging them. And this maybe it doesn't resonate with you. It might not be your reading. Alright, but they want you to know, like, I feel like they see you as somebody doing it, as it's almost, especially with this, like, you're very quick-witted and very, you know how to sway the conversation in your favor, I guess, or how to very persuasive. That's not a bad quality to have. That, you know, but you're doing it from a wounded place, I feel like. It's not necessarily benefiting your growth the way you're doing it right now. Alright. Okay, what are some more messages we can get for pile 4 from what does pile 4's ancestors have for them? What do they want them to know about this path that they're on, and okay, well, Queen of Cups. What is their path? What path? How is this keeping them from their path? How is this distracting them? Okay. Three of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're disconnected from your power. Like, this is all coming because this is all coming up. You're acting from a wounded place, or because you're disconnected from your power. You're in your wounded feminine energy when you're in this space. I'm not saying all the time. I'm not saying like that's, you know, that you haven't done any shadow work. I'm saying maybe in this space, in this particular whatever situation that your ancestors are speaking through me about, it's from an unconscious place of not being in your power because you're in your unaware. You're unaware of these traumas coming up that are causing you to behave in a certain way that ultimately brings you to a place of disappointment and possibly even shame within yourself, because the moon is like the hidden, the dark, you know, but you are nature. Don't be ashamed. Like don't be afraid to look at that. Like it's okay to not be perfect. Like yeah, I feel like once you're able to confront these things, whatever they are, that keeps bringing up disappointment, you'll be able to feel this power. You know, gosh, I wish the glare wasn't so bad. You'll be able to feel that within yourself, and your strength and how resilient you are, and transform your shame, into I'm trying to find a word that is the opposite of shame. Appreciation and love for yourself. Appreciation for yourself. And acceptance of yourself, and you'll be able to transform that cycle of that's keeping you in that cycle of disappointment, and you'll be able to be in this energy of the Queen of Cups, which is instead of running at somebody full force, offering it to them like without a thought, without thinking, and it kind of being new and an immature energy. You'll be able to stand in that feminine power and be connected to your intuition and know when something is right or wrong for you, and be able to feel that in your body when something is aligned for you, when a connection is worth it, is worthy of you. You'll be able to transform this energy of the Three of Coins reversed, of sexuality and spirituality being separate. Like, that's what this card is all about to me. It's like the merging of the material, the body, the emotional, and the spiritual. And you'll be able to discern, and you won't feel the need, like you will align with people who are on your level spiritually and have as much love to give to you as you want to give to them. As the Knight of Wands. And once you do that, once you come into your power like that, and do that shadow work and recognize these patterns that are keeping you stuck in the cycle of disappointment and maybe abandonment, what you want to create is going to rush in so fast and unexpectedly. And it might be like a little, you might like question it at first, because it is going to be like a night, which is like kind of it's the fast moving energy, and it's full of passion. It's going to be it's probably going to feel similar to what you feel first, but it's going to be different. You're going to know you'll be able to discern the difference between old cycles and what you truly desire to have, like the healthy relationship you desire. Alright. What advice does group 4's ancestors have for them? What advice does group 4's ancestors have? Two of Swords, Page of Wands reversed, Four of Pentacles, and Ace of Pentacles reversed. Bottom of the deck, you got Eight of Pentacles. Oh, let me go ahead and do your oracle cards too with it. I think that'll help me. Okay. We've got change. I don't know if you'll even be able to see it. Change. Journey by moonlight. Believe in magic. And you've got the moon. Gaia's dragon, divine union. So yeah, like that definitely goes with your card of resistance, with all the greenery growing out of her hand. Yeah, journey by moonlight. That's your journey right now, is to go inside yourself and into your subconscious and look at these cycles and why what is similar about each one. And you know, sometimes we have blind spots, and it's helpful to go to a therapist. I love my therapist. It took me a long time to feel comfortable to go to one, but it has helped me so much just to have someone like as an unbiased sounding board. And I feel like growth, it just helps immensely with speeding up the level of your level of self-awareness, becoming self-aware. So yeah, so that's where you're gonna find answers, is like, is in those things that might be hard to look at. And with that comes change. That's the only way you're going to change the cycle. That's the only way you're going to get out of the cycle. That's the only way you're going to create something new and healthy, what you desire, and get out of this feeling, this Two of Swords, of just feeling trapped. Yeah, with this guy's dragon, divine union. Once you become aware of those things in yourself, those patterns, and you become conscious and you're on this path of self-awareness, you make room to attract the type of relationship that you deserve and desire. Yeah. And I feel like they're also saying practice gratitude for yourself and everything that you've been through when you're going through this, instead of judging yourself harshly. And don't let these things, these disappointments, cause you to close yourself off to love and or lose the ability to trust, because there are people you can trust. You were just trusting the wrong people. And that's, you know, that's not your fault. I've been in an abusive relationship, and that's not my fault that I was abused, but couldn't have seen the red flags because I wasn't aware, right? So be easy with yourself, you know, like, yes, you did enter into these relationships that hurt you and disappointed you. But you're becoming more aware, you're growing from it, and it wasn't your fault, you know. Okay, pile 4, I think that's all I have for you. I hope the reading resonated. If not, maybe choose another pile. I hope it wasn't too confusing or drug on too long. I appreciate you guys staying with me if you stayed with me till the end. It was a pleasure reading your cards, and I hope to read for you again soon. Also, I do offer private personal readings. You can reach me by email. My email is in the description below, and I offer either half-hour or hour readings, and it can be however many questions you want answered in that amount of time. You know, we'll keep going. I'll pull out as many decks as I need to. So, yeah, email in the description. Otherwise, wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day or night. And I hope you guys will join me next time. So, thank you.